Hello, Ralph Hennick again. Your wellness and fitness director, and I'm actually have been in the business for 40 years plus, and I have been a strength and conditioning coach and personal trainer way back. I've worked with professional teams and individual pro athletes, including golfers. And so therefore today I want to talk about golf specific fitness. Okay? In golf you need the body in one piece, and power development, the swinging action is a lot of rotation. When you develop power, it doesn't come linear. It has to be done with some sort of rotation. Could be the rotator cuff involved, throwing a ball, pitching. In golf, it is the rotation sideways. Okay. Naturally, you swing the ball from one side to the other, and that will over time cause imbalances and a kind of a lopsidedness. One side gets stronger, the other side gets weaker. So in strength and conditioning, what we want to focus on, we want to not do the same old stuff and create even more an imbalance and a likelihood of getting hurt. But we want to create some sort of a balance and symmetry. That means we want to create some strength and a solid foundation for you to lean on in terms of your body, so you can have an effective and a consistent swing. So what we need is stability, okay? And we're going to focus from the ground up with the strong feet. Therefore, you will see me barefoot again, so we can work the body from the inside out. And then we are going to focus on strength, okay? The skeleton, muscular skeleton strength to support all the muscles in and around your skeleton. And then, of course, strength is you have to move, or you will move, because it's a lever system. And then we need to also focus on flexibility, so you can move far with your swing and twist and turn, and your lever arm is extending and so forth. Nothing you probably don't know already, and what I just want to reinforce that in the strength and conditioning program, you want to not do something over and over again what you already have been doing, but in most cases, I'm sure you have recognized over time that say, I'm reaching a plateau, and I don't get much better. And it's not being done actually on the driving range or on the golf course or many different golf courses themselves. That is more the practical aspect. But it's done in an environment where you have a quiet place like the gym setting, or it could be a room where you can really focus on your body in motion and become really aware of what's happening with your body while you're doing it. So that is done actually slowly and controlled, not fast. We're not working on power today or any explosive moves, which are practical and athletic in nature. We want to focus actually on working on your frame and your stability to support golf for a long time to come. If you stick to these principles as a base, the body stays strong. It's not just good for golf, but for a healthy lifestyle and a strong body, and you can do anything you like with that. Okay? So let's get started. And as I mentioned to you earlier, we're going to focus on not the functional aspect, like, okay, let's warm up and then exercise. Yes, we do warm up, but I'm going to focus on strengthening the body from the ground up, okay? because I have seen great golfers, novice and professional, but I have seen also that one area very few, if anyone, is focusing is on the feet. The ones, the parts of the body which gives you that grounding and gives you that stability and that sense where you need to be from the ground up, so you can line up the body in a proper manner and create the nice swing you want to create and you deserve. But weak feet, and if they are not giving you the support, they will cause an inconsistent swing. Okay, weak and not strong or unstable feet. Okay, the foot needs to give you stability, at the same time flexibility. Now, to absorb the various terrain, so to speak. Okay, but particular in golf, you want to have stability. So we're going to start with the feet, work our way up, and then try to do exercises. There are full body weight in nature, because this is what you're doing in your golf swing. You're doing a full body weight activity, we call it, okay? And we're going to try to really be meticulous in what we're doing. So I want you to focus on your breathing, yeah? And pay attention to each detail, so you can really focus on improving where you are not particularly good at, or what you're not particularly good at in terms of your strength. Usually there are body parts and muscle groups are smaller in nature, because we use our bigger muscle groups already just to maneuver our body around, and we have a tendency to neglect the smaller muscle groups, and then eventually they become so weak they become dysfunctional. Now, how do we know when they can't do the job anymore? Well, we are getting hurt. That's when you break the camel's back, so to speak. It just can't do all the riding anymore. All right. So, but with a good approach in terms of rebuilding the muscles, so they actually be able to be integrated in the close kinetic chain with all the other muscles, so they can do their job, that will take some time. So please be patient, be consistent to build up these muscles that may have been left out for some time, so they can do the job to support you when you move, when you swing, when you walk, on various courses, and when you want to do whatever you want to do without the fear of getting hurt. Okay? So don't just do the golf swing or play golf. Spend some quality time exercising the body and the body parts you need and want to use for golf. Okay, we're going to start with a basic exercise. I want you to focus on your feet, and we're going to do first a heel to toe forward back motion. I'm going to turn sideways. It's also called rocking chair. Make sure you do not stick your butt out when you come down, but you want to include your core muscles here, so they are locking the pelvic in here. Okay, like so. And keep the body in a nice, aligned, stable position, right so. You do about 20 of those forward and back, okay? And so we're going to strengthen your feet, your ankles, bilaterally it's called, both feet together. And then we're going to take that to the next level. I want you to think about this, shifting the weight all the way over to one leg or the other, and then try to do the same thing, rocking forward and back with one leg only, okay? To strengthen one hip, one leg at a given time. And you will quickly, and try to do that also 20 times if you can. Remember, start a little with less repetitions, beginner maybe 5, build up to 10, 15, 20. I like the guidelines about 15 to 20 repetitions simply because you get strong, but you also build muscle endurance. And then 4 and back, the other side, and you will quickly realize, oh man, one side is so much better than the other side. So again, what we want to do here, is really focusing on both sides. And here is a chance for you to get a feel for different sides and different weaknesses, and then to build those weak areas up to par to make them more balanced, okay? So that's a single leg. Now the next one would be, again, we're standing on both feet first, okay? And I want you to just stand on one leg and sweep across. We want to really focus just like that, and 20 in each direction. It's actually 1 is forward and back is 1 sweep. I'm just going to show you different exercises. Remember, this is a sample program. I believe in working the body from the ground up. This also challenges all the energy from the ground into the upper body. See how quiet I keep my core muscles? And remember, golf is in an upright position and not on the floor, just like so. Try to keep your upper body relative quiet. And what that will do is generally will channel the energy into your core muscles. You pay attention to it. You don't want to be all over the place, okay? You want to keep it quiet, upper body, stabilize your core muscles, so you can really focus on stability. While you're moving this leg here, it creates that stability factor, which is it's kind of action and reaction, so to speak. So this is the moving part. This is the part that holds you in place, okay? Just like so. Now you want to take that to another level. You can bring your arms behind. Even more, you will work your core muscles. And perhaps even above, even more, you're weakening your core muscles. You're pulling your body further apart, so you have to work even harder to keep it all nice and stable. Okay? That's sweeping motion. So you can do that as many times as you like, many times during the day. These are great exercises, but that certainly is a very important part of strengthening the body from the ground up with your feet, okay? And remember, it's not just your feet, it's just the focus right now is on your feet, because you're actually working the entire body, okay? Lining up on each other, the different body parts, your knees, your hips, and your back. All that is in motion, but the focus are your feet, okay? Now flexibility. Circles around your ankle. That is also a form of injury prevention. Circle in both directions, 10, 15, and note, my leg is not doing the job. My foot is the focus. I'm focusing on my feet, particularly my ankles, okay? Big circles around, like so. And the upper body is, again, I'm working hard. My upper body is already working hard to hold it all together, stable. So focus on flexibility. It can be also used as a warm-up, moving your feet before you go and play golf, forward and back, circles. Another variety you can do is what's called the alphabet. either large letters, so you draw large letters with your feet. This was an A, and B, and make as big moves as you can, C, D, and so forth. Or you can even do that with small letters, okay? That's just a great exercise to strengthen your ankles and your feet, okay? Now we're going to do a pitch and toe motion, like so. Up and down, lifting. Make sure they're really pitched in, they're both even. And you will feel again one area, one side is a little more flexible. You can put that in a better, easier in that position. And then we go do a parallel toe raise. And you can do this also, if you want to focus on balance a little bit more, do it on a curb if it's outdoors, or you do it on a step inside the house and turn all the way out. So there are three different planes, and you might need all these positions once you play golf out there on the course, okay? Like so. Again, 15 to 20, shake it out, and then we'll move on, all right? Also, lower back. We want to make sure that the back in your golf swing is straight. So this is called a hinge, all right? So what you need to do is this, you bend your legs, and we're going to go and hinge over our trunk. And now we can really pay attention, focusing on that motion which you want to use later on for your golf swing. You stick your butt out, literally. Once you do this, make sure your back stays straight. There should be no rounded shoulders, okay? You should keep your shoulders back and keep your all these core muscles nice and stable. Only part of it will create that rotation with the hip. So keep your back nice and straight, and then bend over, and come back up. And bend over, and then come back up. Okay, like so. Now, this is a great exercise to strengthen your back and focus at the same time on keeping it aligned properly. Now, no better place to do this in a controlled environment like right here, so you can really pay attention now to the body in motion and not think about now, oh, I have to position myself, the ball, where to go. And so we take all that golf stuff out, but we want to make sure we're focusing on strengthening the body, so once you need it, it's ready for the right kind of motion. It's ready for action, okay? So again, you're bending on your knees, and now you're hinging over your hips, like so. And note that nothing, my upper body is not slouching, is not moving. You can do various variety of positionings on your arms, okay? So I'm going to show you various parts. One would be the arms out to the side. And if you can work up to it, you want to get to a point where you actually are getting parallel to the ground without slouching. Parallel to the ground without slouching, okay? Keep those muscles in the upper back really strong. Squeeze your shoulder plates together, okay? Here we go, like so. And at the same time, you want to make sure that your abs stay strong. So keep that belly button pulled inward, okay? So this is one. Here's another version. Elbows right out there. You interlock your fingers, and you kind of hinge over you. And just this is a good practice, because once you work at this enough, your body prepares in the same position when you actually get into your golf swing, okay? You can extend your arm out here as long as you keep your back nice and straight. Keep your arms extended, Like it's an extension of your spine, okay? 5, 10, 15 repetitions, perhaps 20. Rest a moment, and then you can do multiple sets, of course. Absolutely. Good. Now, the next move is, I have a ball here. It's something similar than a medicine ball, okay? And remember, we talked about power development comes through rotation, okay? So we're gonna, this is called the performance ball. So now we're going to just go in a simple swinging action, okay? Where we can pay attention to the body in motion again, and not how hard I'm swinging. I want you to start with a really simple, easy swing from side to side, similar what you use, identical what you use for your golf swing, but I want you to do this in both directions, okay? Not just a one-sided swing, okay? Think about your ambidextrous, all right? Like so, and then you kind of throw the ball right over your shoulders behind you, okay? And focus on breathing out, rotate hip, and go from side to side, and pivot that back leg. And remember, your head is really quiet. You're not jerking your head around, so you can breathe, focus on the breathing, and you really can pay attention to your body in motion. And when you swing that ball, or the medicine ball in front of you, make sure that one point at contact, typical contact point, that the arm is straight and then bend, straight and then bend, and straight and then bend. And this is a good practice exercise, but it's also strength and conditioning exercise. And note how strong my feet are here, holding it all together, okay? And if my feet are strong, my legs are strong, I can create a consistent swing. That's it right there. And shoulder down here, and a nice grip, okay? And you want to just generate that energy from your legs, hips up, throughout the body, and then just redirect it into your arms, and then into the glove, and so forth, okay? Into the ball. That's another great exercise to strengthen the body as a whole, and conditioning it at the same time, okay? Here's the next exercise I want you to do, is lifting a knee up, twisting side to side. So the knee stays up now, like so, in a 90-degree angle, and you're just rotating your upper body. So the hips are quiet, so we're going to move into more stability and a core mobility training, side to side. Note my fingers are pointing up, not down. Okay, that helps the positioning, the alignment. So, and you keep that knee nice and high, and you're just rotating. And again, we are working on stability to give you a solid foundation, and then we are adding that mobility and the movement part, okay? My motto is stability before mobility, for consistency, and for injury prevention, for balance. It all comes in handy, like so. 5, 10, 15, or 20, okay? That's a knee lift and a side rotation. And again, we are breathing rhythmically, and pay attention. Feel what's going on with your body, okay? Pull. Your upper body is pulling sideways while your hips are in a quiet state, but that doesn't mean they're quiet. They're working hard to hold it in place, you need muscles, okay? And breathe. Yep. And so forth. Great. Okay? Again, remember these are sample exercises, but they're all very effective. There are many ways to climb a tree or a mountain. These are just some simple exercises. I'm sure you have given many others. There are plenty others on the internet that is, but this is, I have not seen that much going on these days, working from the ground up to build a solid foundation for golfers. Therefore, I thought it was necessary to actually point that out in a little exercise production here. Okay. Next one is a single leg bend over, and again you want to hinge over your trunk like so, and use that back leg. Use that back leg for counterbalance. Okay. So you bend over, nice and straight. The leg is bent. You're hinging. Bring your arm out to the side. If you need a little more balance support, you can bring your arms out in front of you, back side. You can bring it behind you if you like. Keep your back nice and straight, and then come up, okay? Single leg exercises are obviously much harder in nature. So 5 to 10 repetitions are plenty. You can always switch forward and back. One gets a break. So you work on conditioning as well. You can tell that I'm breathing somewhat a little harder, but keep it under control. Don't go and rush next to the next exercises without paying attention to what you do, because you really want to improve yourself. You want to get better. You want to make somewhat changes to improve yourself on the course, but also in general. You want to just work on both sides evenly to build symmetry. Now bend over here, back nice and straight, arms out again if you want to, over your head. And note my back leg is kind of giving me that counterbalance, okay? This is my weaker side, believe it or not, even though it is my dominant side, okay? I use it more. Often the question comes up, oh, my dominant side is not as strong. Well, because you use it, and then the non-dominant side is holding you actually in place, so that becomes actually a little more stable, more stronger, holding you up, all right? A great exercise too, you want to build some strength, but also you want to build flexibility, is the squat. Note behind me I have a really low-lying balance beam. You can do this easily at home on a stair, a step, and you just want to do is this, hinge over, arm out, sit down, come up, okay? Make sure that you have a fixed place behind you so it's not moving and you're not sliding away like a loose chair with rollers on them or something like that, but you know where you're going. Okay, down and up. Note my knees stay together, okay? Because we want to work the body from the inside out, so that means the adductors, the internal rotators, okay? They need to kind of fire at the same time to hold your legs together. 5. Keep your back nice and straight. 10, 15, 20 reps. That's it. Like so. Keep that back straight. You're hinging somewhat over, then sit down, come right back up. Keep those muscles fired up. Good. So, up and down and so forth. And then strengthens the muscles around the hips, okay? And then we're going to move down to the floor. Here we go. And we're going to be in a push-up position here. Okay? Now I want you to just turn sideways, like so. Reach through your body, and then reach up and rotate back. So you internal rotate, the hips are quiet, your upper body is rotating now, while you keep your right arm, in this case, fully extended, locked out. 5, 10, 15, 20. Go. Pivot. So the top leg is in front, the back leg is behind. Keep it nice and strong in your hips, and then you're reaching really through as far as you can your body, forward and back, and when you come up, your thumb is going behind you. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, you want to take that to the next level. Make sure the arm is, the hand is directly underneath of you and not up there, out there, ahead of you. We want to be stable. Okay, you want to be focusing a little bit more on balance now. Instead of my front leg is not in front anymore, or my top leg not in the front anymore, but it's on top of my lower leg, so they become virtually one, and it's a little bit more a balancing act now, okay? So in and out, 5, 10, 15, out 20, build up to it, work on your breathing, essential. Create that rotation. Remember, power development comes through rotation. Good. Now I haven't addressed all the different body parts individually. It's just for this segment or session is I didn't want to focus on everything individually. Remember, you use every piece of the puzzle. I wanted to focus more on working the body from the ground up, in particular the feet. But one more exercise you always are, it's good to do is and that's a warm-up or strength and conditioning exercises, and all hands and feet. You want to flex your feet so we can stretch the toes so they become part of that golf swing as well. Okay, instead of keeping it pointed down, you want to flex and get them engaged. Reach out with your right arm and your left leg and fully extend, and then bring them together like so. So you can use this exercise elbow to knee while you're balancing yourself. Okay, you're focusing really on your body. Now if you want to take that to a new level, close your eyes. You'll feel a difference in no time, because you take the visual cue out and you're focusing right the body from the inside out, and you're only using your senses, not the visual part anymore. So try that. Breathing. That becomes right away a little more wobbly, but that is actually good, because now you're using your stabilizers. They're firing more up, and they have to do their job now to hold you in their place. Make sure you're really extending your limbs out to the fullest in both directions. Again, 5, 10, 15 or 20 reps, build up to it. Note my arm is fully engaged. That includes my triceps are firing here. That doesn't happen here very well. You also don't have that support you need. And again, try your eyes closed. Breathe forcefully, rhythmically, and pay attention to the details. Foot is flexed, arms fully engaging. and so forth, okay? Great exercise to finish just this little routine. If you have followed me and want to do this again, is lie on your back, pull your knees to your chest, and then bring your arms out to the side. Keep your knees high up towards the chest, and then just bring both legs over side to side while you try to maintain a nice tucked in position. Try not to let the upper body go along with the lower body rotating. Remember, we want to keep these muscles all flexible because they will help you with your power development, with your swing, with your rotation, yeah? So they need to be flexible. And if they're not, before you know, you're going to pull a muscle. So this is a good warm-up, but it's also a good exercise because you're, in a way, strengthening all these core muscles right now necessary to rotate. And more importantly, these guys are interacting with each other, okay? Remember, golf swing is not linear, it's rotation. So the abdominals work together with your obliques and the back to create that movement. They support each other. That's like a teamwork approach, okay? Last exercise. So you straighten your legs, arms out to the side again. You bring one leg up, swing it over, tap the floor, back up and down. Same idea with your upper body. It does not move. Upper body is fixed, your head is down, of course. I'm just showing you here, over. And if you can, see if you can aim with a straight leg, coming up there as high as you can towards that hand. And close that gap between the foot and your hand, okay? And again, up and over, 5, 10, 15, or 20. Then we switch sides, okay? Straight leg, up, over, and just try. This is a little more tighter, my tighter side. Up and over. And you want to keep breathing. Do not hold your breath, okay? Especially where you feel like, oh, that's a little tight right there. That is when you want to breathe through what I call it the sticking point, okay? So where it's a little bit tight or very tight, don't stay away from it. Move through it in a controlled manner, because that will then over time help you to overcome stiffness, which causes also, of course, limitations. And perhaps one day you need to tap into the stiffness, a stiff area. There's a very dynamic, spontaneous move, and if it's not there, the flexibility, guess what? It will snap. So, stability, strength, and flexibility all will help you to become a better golfer. Focus on balance, symmetry, that's right and left, front and back, and so forth, okay? And focus, please focus a little bit more on these guys, your feet, and build a strong body from the ground up. Happy golfing.